Hello, good morning, and welcome to the new year and the next edition of my podcast, which is related to my book, Living with Mitochondria Against All Odds. My name's Ian, and that's, as I say, that's my title of my autobiography, Living with Mitochondria Against All Odds. And I've got lots of things planned for this year. So stay tuned over the next few months. But today, I'm going to talk about the third time that I went skiing. This was the first time that I independently went on my own. The second year that I did go with DSU, well, the first time I went with DSUK, but the second time I took a carer with me. But this time I got a carer, one of my carers, to take me down to London on the morning. We met up with our party, and then she came away, and then I went off with DSUK. When you go with DSUK, is they have people that work for travel companies that come along to help. So for example, if you work for Thomson, rather than you go and do your 9 to 5 job at Thomson on the Monday morning, you go and join our group when we fly off to Austria. So that there was a few people on the trip like that, as I say, that were able-bodied and that came along to help. And then so I had an instructor, David, all week. Every session, Dave was skiing with me, and I use an adaptive sit ski called a Bionique, and then I use handheld riggers. They look like crutches at the top, but when you, at the bottom of the ski, they're like proper skis that go in the snow, but as I say, they look like crutches at the top. And one of the nights that we were there, we went out. There was a bar in the hotel which we used most nights. We used every night. But on one other night we went to a local pub called the Cave Bar, where we had a few to drink and then came back. One of our party usually dresses up as Elvis, and he sung a number, did Michael, and that usually happens in Austria. And then what else happened that week? Just bear with me one moment. Let me refer to my notes. Talk amongst yourselves, won't you? So that was Austria, and that was the like I said, the third time I went skiing. There was a jacuzzi, a swimming pool and sauna in there, which I frequented, usually on my own or with the help of one of the carers. On the holiday, I usually ski in the morning because with my condition I have the most energy in the morning, and then in the afternoon I just chilled out and went for a swim, as I say, in the swimming pool in the hotel. That was that holiday. And and this year, when I go away this year, I'm going to Andorra. I've only been to Andorra once before, um, so that'll be interesting. Oh, the only thing I remember from that holiday was there was a 4 hour coach journey each way. Most of these skiing resorts are a distance from the airport, and yeah, and before we went to Austria that time in 2015, I'd been up to Aviemore a few days before, just to get my skiing legs back. DSUK now, these days, they give you a free skiing lesson at the indoor place, but this is in Manchester. I'm seeing a free lesson, and the lessons are about £40 a time, so but it's not free when I have to get to Manchester from York, but that's another story. But yeah, the skiing in Aviemore, I vaguely remember we were snowed. It was heavy snow, and this train company when we came back, the train company had to get us a taxi back from Aviemore to Edinburgh because we couldn't get to the other side of the track where the train was going from. So that was a comedy in itself, was all that, and yet so we did a couple of days up in Aviemore just to get my skiing legs back and what it was to ski on the snow. The interesting thing is when I ski, I've usually got a guy behind me holding on to what they call a tether behind the sit ski, and he's telling me how far to turn round the mountain before I turn back. So if you go at 9 and 3 o'clock, because you use the points of the clock, because I can't see properly, if you go at 9 and 3, that means it's fairly steep. 10 and 2 isn't as steep, but so because obviously if you turn too far and it isn't very steep, you stop and fall over. There was one time, one year in Austria, I think we were on a black run, which is a fairly steep slope. I fell over, and if you fall over on the sit ski, because it's usually fairly shallow as the slope, you've usually got to get the instructor to help you get back up. But on this occasion, it was so steep, I managed to get myself back up, which was absolutely amazing. But as I say, because it was a black and it was fairly steep, it was quite crazy. Is that 9 minutes?
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, I've got my timekeeper next to me telling me how long we've got left to go. But yeah, let me wrap it up in a few minutes. But this time when we go to Andorra, I'll be going down to London the day before. Let's hope there's not a train strike. I bought the train tickets the other day, and they just says, "Oh yeah, we'll give you a refund if there's a train strike." I'm like, yeah, but I still need to get there. But anyway, I'll tell you all about that in another edition. Trip to Andorra. Yes, thank you. My helper's just winding her hands as I winding all up. So thank you for listening, and please, if you like what I've just told you, please find my book on Amazon, which is Living with Mitochondria Against All Odds. So until next time, goodbye. Sorry, I'll have the sound of my